Hi, good afternoon, people. I am a homeowner living in an HOA. So, what I want to address is CAI. CAI is in court now trying to stop HOAs to comply with the Transparency Act. So, this is being directed at the Assistant U.S. Attorneys, Peter Baumhart and Kirsten O'Connor. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. If anyone is aware of them, please like and share this video. So what I'm showing you now is the outside of my unit. The outside of my unit, the landscape is something I've done myself. I've actually extended it to the neighbors because it looks so bad out here that me addressing my unit alone is not going to work. We live in a townhouse community in Houston, Texas. Pine Village North. It's the HOA, used to be Pine Village North HOA. Now it's Northeast Pine Village. That's a whole nother legal issue. We've gone to court. We have judgments to show financial records. I have a mediated settlement agreement. There are no financial records that are being disclosed. The majority of the money goes to an attorney, Christopher James Archibald. He used to be with Daughtry and Farine. He is now with Porter Law Firm. He is on the local board of CAI in Houston. He used to be the president of the chapter. The HOA is responsible. So once I got rid of all these dead sticky bushes out here, it exposed holes in this fireplace. I have a wood burning fireplace that I share with the neighbor, has one too. And so I've already reached out to them. Of course, they have no funds to fix it. I also want to show you this tree right here. This is from Hurricane Beryl. They have yet to come out here, fix it. They came out here before, but the people that they had were not professional and they weren't authorized to do this type of removal. So Hurricane Beryl was July. I know it was the 1st of July because I was in the Bahamas. You know, that's a whole enjoying myself and got stuck for a couple of extra days, but hey, it's the Bahamas. So this is still out there, but this is usually how the landscape. Do you see how these trees are overgrown? If you look at the ground, it's dead. So and then if you see like a lot of, like, they're responsible for the gates. They're responsible for siding, all this discoloration. There's a tree right here that's dead because the branch fell. It's been a couple of months. They still haven't come out here. But I wanted to show you. So when the landscaping come out here, we ask for financials, never show us any document. They tell us they can't afford to do an audit. But they pay Christopher James Archibald, the CAI board member attorney, his company over $400,000 a year for lawsuits, other frivolous things, but we don't have access to that. We don't know what his contract looks like. I've sent certified letters. I've gone to court. I've done everything I'm supposed to. This is a low income community. So when you get to low income communities, unfortunately, the way HOA works, because there's no regulation, everything is a court case. Well, guess what? If they don't abide by it, they could tie you up in court with, even if you win, appeal after appeal after appeal after appeal, or they just don't honor it, and then you got to go back for breach of contract. So it's like a never-end roller coaster that you never get off of. And a lot of times, if you're in a situation where you only make $80,000, $90,000 a year, and you're in a position where you can buy a affordable living, you don't want to move anywhere else. You know, you don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. You want to live comfortable. So what I'm showing you now is the landscaping that I've done. So I've extended the landscaping outside of my unit onto the homeowners association. Now this right here is debris, trees and stuff that was actually under mulch and me trimming a tree down. But this is what it looked like before. If you see all this debris, which is actually a fire hazard. This tree has failed. It's actually now dry. If you see, the branch broke. HOA has not come out in a couple of months to clean it up or do anything to that nature. This is what they're responsible for. There's no irrigation system, so the only time it gets water is rain or a homeowner. But you know, the majority out here is investors, so you know, because the homeowners and investors, homeowners associations be in bed with each other sometimes, they don't, you know. But as far as when you see this area is clean, that's me coming out here cleaning up. I had 52 bags of debris, and I will do a collage of photos to show you that. They're responsible for the roof. I want you to see this roof right here. They've been fixing a roof for over 10 years, never been fixed. The president of the HOA is Augustine Rodriguez. He's a real estate investor. I'm not sure if he has his broker license. Never, ever, 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 in the 15 plus years he's been on the board, lived in the community. He doesn't. I have an email where he called the community crap. And I also have an email where Chris Archibald, the attorney, said they don't have all the documents. So for them, CAI, to say that they should not comply with the Transparency Act is really a joke, because the bad HOAs don't comply with it anyway, you know. And are all HOA bad? No. I own property in California. HOA is good. But guess what? It's only 7 units, so it's more manageable. This one is over 500. But this is what I want to show you. So this is what the area I cleaned up, I showed you. This is what it used to look like. Now look at this. Look at how deep. I don't know if you can see how thick. This is years. Years. This is a fire hazard. If any match goes to this, all these properties will be in jeopardy. I want to show you how dead these trees are. So, like I said, if you look over here, how clear it is, that's from me cleaning up and removing all this. I do have a saw where I'm going to cut these branches down because I don't want to leave any debris or trash out here. Now, is it supposed to be leaves on the ground? Yeah, it is. But it's supposed to be of this magnitude? No. But this right here is the part that I haven't gotten to, that I will get to. I have to come out with a saw. This is a dead branch. The branch is broken down. This has been here for 2 months. Look at that. HOA is responsible for. Now look at all these roots. These roots are coming from this tree. Now what you think they're looking for? Water going into piping. So now that's going to be a homeowner's problem, because the roots are going to go into the pipes, affect the pipes, you know, because the HOA is not doing their due diligence. And so, please, if you are familiar with Peter Baumhart, Kirsten O'Connor, anybody that's in the fight for HOA, our HOA is responsible for painting. They're responsible for the fence, the roof. This is a gate. HOA is responsible for it. Look at it. You know, you submit a repair, you submit a request. The only thing they're going to tell you is they don't have funds. You submit a request to be transparent with the books, you get the runaround. The runaround. We have meetings. There's no financial documents disclosed. There's nothing tangible that we can check, nothing tangible that we can look. Now, they tell you how much money is going into landscaping. I'm showing you what the landscaping look like. Overgrown trees, sticky bushes, nothing is cut down, nothing is trimmed. This poor unit right here, Hurricane Burrow, the gate, the bylaws say that you're responsible for it. It doesn't say anything about acts of nature. It says the HOA is responsible. Poor people haven't had a gate since. Look at this. They're responsible for the paint. You see that? One conjoined complex. Well, it's 4 individual units, 4 different colors. HOA is responsible for paint. Look at the dry wood. Look at the wood. Dead. Look at the fencing. You see that? HOA's responsibility. You call them, look at this. Trash, debris. They blame the residents. But this is my situation. Now mind you, we pay, I think, $187. And what they told us is we don't pay enough. You can't even account for the money that we paying. It's over 500 units that you are collecting in here. If you pay an attorney, because they're not doing the work for free. We have an attorney. We have a management company. We used to have Randall Management. They was a bunch of crooks. Right now we have real management. Anytime somebody come in here that want to do right, we've had real management a year and a half. We are on our third on-site manager. Why? Because they won't do what Augustine want them to do. So there's always a discrepancy. They brag. We have a club. We have no amenities, the pool, tennis court, no nets on the tennis court. None of that works. But they brag on the fact that they're redoing the clubhouse so they can rent it out. You spent $30,000. Now let me tell you, they spent $30,000 plus $1,000 on the clubhouse. Now look at this. One match, all this is gone. A lot of these trees, the community, they built around the trees. So a lot of these trees pretty much are like this. Like this one was cut down, but you see how dead it is? Decayed, diseased on the inside. Same thing. If you go out, like I said, no irrigation system, so no water. You have units that, look at all this. Just dead debris. And like I said, you want to blame the residents, but if you would keep the community looking decent, you would get better residents. It's not the fact of living in the projects, it's the fact that you're paying HOA dues to live in the projects. Now, mind you, all this HOA responsibility. Look at that. Look at that. I hope y'all can see that well. I'm going to be making more videos. I have documents. Everything I say, I have a documented proof to support. And I will just be letting them know, because this HOA, now are HOAs bad? Of course not. That's just like saying all people are bad. That's not true. But it's when you allow it. I've been down to the police station. And you know what they told me? They said, I need financial records. Well, I have court cases and everything that's telling them to give me financial records, and they still won't give it to me. So now you're telling me you won't do your job. I have to file a complaint on the police department, on the sheriff department. You know why? Because Augustine Rodriguez used to be a sheriff. When they do the sheriff's reports in here, it's so much criminal activity. We have no working gates, no proper security. Anytime the homeowners tell you what they want, we can't afford that. We're not going to do that. Everything is so negative. There's no transparency. So think about it. The majority owner here is Raha Properties. He's an Indian man. Not being prejudiced, he bought the property from an Indian man who got in trouble with the federal government, got in trouble, sold his property out. So when you don't regulate something, you're allowing the HOA to be a cesspool for criminal activity, for supporting. It's like you wait for another 9/11 to happen because you're giving them things where they can funnel money to cause major life-changing events. Then you want to respond. Let's be ahead of the game. This HOA stuff has really, really got to change. These laws pertaining to this HOA have really got to get better. It's hard to find an HOA attorney. Most of the attorneys represent the HOAs themselves or the management company. So when it comes to the homeowners, it's a conflict of interest. A lot of times, even if you make 80,000 plus a year, that's decent money to live off of. But if you talk about countless court cases, then your money gone. Look up here, look at the roof. We ask them, how do you choose what roofs get done? There's no proper procedure for repairs, no proper procedure for roofing, no proper procedure for reimbursement. My garage collapsed because of the roof. They were responsible for it. Told me I was going to get reimbursed. Then, after months of not reimbursing me, told me I was going to get a credit. Now, all this was verbal. Turned around and sued me for not paying my assessments. I'm like, wait a minute. But because it was verbal and I didn't have it in writing, I had to go to court. No problem. Mediated settlement agreement. I honored my side 100%. Guess what? Still didn't honor their side. Had to go back to court, breach a contract. It's like, this is just ridiculous. And guess what? You can't say, if you don't like it, just move. There's too many HOAs to tell somebody to move. We got to do better. We shouldn't have to be, what's July, August, September, October. We in October, getting ready to go into November, and that's from the hurricane. The gates I showed you that are torn down are from the hurricane. Elderly people live there. They're on fixed incomes anyway. So once they pay their HOA dues, they don't have a lot of extra money to pay additional bills and pay different stuff for repairs that are the HOA's responsibility that they won't take accountability for. If you in Texas, reach out to your legislative, reach out to your, whoever makes these laws, and let them know, like, this stuff is ridiculous. This is crazy. Like I said, you let the laws get so lax that you what they say, you allowing the inmates to take over the prison. You let the devil in the church. You let the fox in the hen house. Our president, who's never lived in here ever, who, if you look up his real estate profile with the last 15 years, 80%, I will even go on record, 80% of all his funds that he's made has come from selling property and doing deals in Pine Village. Now, is it against the law for him to be a real estate agent? No, but there is a Texas law that says he is supposed to make us aware of it, what he's doing. He doesn't. They don't make us aware of anything. They use fear tactics. They have people that's been over here 40 plus years. Like I said, pay your dues. That's not a way to fight them. But the court case is not a way to fight them neither, because you're not winning. We need the federal government to step in. We need the IRS criminal investigations to step in. We need those agencies to step in. Trust and believe when I tell you, right hand of God, I give my life to this. And I tell you, and I mean this, if you investigate Northeast Pine Village, DBA Pine Village North in Houston, Texas, off of Aldine Mail, you will not regret it. I guarantee these board members will be going to jail if you take the time to investigate it. You will not be chasing your tail. It will not be in vain. Please like, share, because a win for one is a win for all. We got to get this done. Am I not recording?